position length. So what we're doing here is we're going to do this, instead of doing this line of code once, we're going to do it as many times as ball position length is. And every time we do it, we're going to have a new variable that comes in, and it's called I, and it's going to be incremented every time. So I can just change this to I, ball position sub I. So now the first time it comes through, I is going to be 0, and so it's going to use the 0 ball. And then the second time through, I is going to be 1, and it's going to do the 1 ball. Okay, so now the update ball, this one's going to be a little bit tougher. In fact, what we could do, instead of having right here where we load our ball text, let's do a for loop here as well. Ball texture. And we'll change this 0 to an I. All right. So that essentially does the same thing. One thing we can do, though, later on, we could actually change this length, the length of these arrays, and potentially add more balls that way. So inside here, what we want to do is we want another for loop in here. We'll go with ball position again. If we wanted to make it cleaner, what we'd do is we'd set up a variable called, actually, that may even be better, to set up a variable called ball count and base everything on the ball count. So let me actually do that.
And where would you put that?
We could put it up where we have the other ball variables, right up here.
So more towards the top of the.
Yeah.
Of the. There we. Okay. Near the texture and vector stuff. Okay.
And right here, we'll do ball count. It's a lot safer this way. And it should mean that if we write all our code correctly, that we can change that ball count to whatever count we want. We could have 300 balls.
Oh, wonder what that would look like.
All right, and I think, was that the only ball position? Yeah, we'll change that to ball count. Okay, and now we've got some more work to do here. So ball position sub I. Oop. Yeah, pretty much everything is going to have sub I attached to it. So now here's where we have kind of a design question. Do you get a point? Does the game reset when you lose one ball or when you lose all your balls?
Oh, probably. Oh, I don't know. What? Chat, what do you guys think? Will it reset? Yeah, I'll let chat answer this. There's someone mentioning that the two balls will have the same position, so you won't discern them.
They will for right now, but I'm going to change that very soon.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, a bunch of people will now say when you lose all the balls, that's when they'll reset.
So when the last ball goes out, whichever side it goes out on, that person forfeits a point, right?
Right, and then we'll change it. I don't know if we can, but well, I'm sure we can. But we'll change it after that to when one ball goes out, that's 1 point, versus another ball that's a separate point. Can we do that later? Sweet. Ooh, that's a good idea, C5. I saw that. All right, I'm writing that one down too. But we'll have to do something before we even handle points necessarily. We'll have to show them how to add a score tracker to this.
What's that?
We'll have to show them, since a lot of the good ideas that were coming out are based around points. We'll have to show them how to put
I have to put the
a
score in.
scoreboard in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is nice. So I know, Carrie, you're like right in the thinking process of coding, but just letting you know that I have sent you 2 emails containing 2 different
Oh, we've got tomato.
artworks. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do anything with the paddles for extra balls. But we do have to set them up so that they aren't on top of each other. What do you suppose the best way to draw to start out a bunch of random balls is?
Uh, Say that again.
If we're starting out the game and
Mhm.
there's just one ball that starts in the center and goes off towards one side or the other, where would you start multiple balls? Like, you wouldn't just throw them all in the center and have them go the same way, because, like someone said in chat, they wouldn't be distinguishable. They'd be on top of each other and you'd end up hitting them all at the same time.
Right. Well, I guess I'll let the chat decide. So a couple people are saying put them all in the middle, or have them come from a paddle, or have them split up after they hit a paddle, or have random velocities to start.
Yeah, we could do random velocities. Yeah, there's actually nothing random in the game right now, so we could actually throw something random in there.
Oh, you mean the game will randomly decide how fast?
Within reason.
Or oh, all right, I like that. Keeps you on your toes. And then could we have them start? Well, I guess. Uh, Chat, what do you guys want? Do you want them to start all in the middle and then just have different speeds, and therefore they will eventually go different directions? I would assume, based on how they hit the paddle. Or do you guys want something else? A different starting position?
I'm just going to throw this line in here right now, just for debugging. I'm going to see if we get 2 balls drawing right. I might have missed some stuff. So let me try this. So now, if everything is right so far, we should have 2 balls and one should be traveling slower than the other. Yeah, okay.
Oh, oh, there they go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just do all sorts of stuff, don't they?
uh,
That's crazy. Huh.
cool.
And is that the randomly decided speeds?
No, that's
No, that's you set that.
yeah. One is going at the normal speed that we had before, and the other one is going half of that one speed. But we can do some randomization in there. Is that how we want to set the balls up, as random speeds?
Hold on one second. So Chat is very, very active. Okay. So someone did have a question, do the balls have collision with other balls? And it seems like that's not the case, at least
Right.
in this version. We could probably make it, right, so that they did collide.
Yeah,
Um,
collision with the balls. That would probably be a little bit more math. It'd probably be a bit dry trying to explain all the different collision. I didn't go much into collision with what's going on right now, because that's where it gets a little dry, and I can certainly go into that in more detail. But I know there's some people that would have a hard time with it, and I'd probably have a hard time with it while I'm typing
yeah.
it, thinking at the same time doesn't come naturally to me actually.
Okay. Well, then, you know what? That's something that maybe we can come back to later, or we can talk about it on the forums, not actually during the episode, unless people really, really want to see that. But um, let's see what else. What else?
I guess we'll finish this up with the balls. So we were going to make it so that the last ball is the one that scores the point, right? So what we need to do is
Yeah,
keep.
we don't want them to. We don't want them to reset. Do we want them to reset at the same time?
We probably want for all of them to do their thing, and then when they're all out of bounds, someone scores a point for the last ball, and then they all come back into the middle, right?
Right. That's how we originally wanted it, and then we can mess with that after. But let's set that as the as it is right now. Let's do that.
Cool. So what we'll do is we need some sort of flag to say that the ball is active. So we'll do an array of bools, which we can set as true or false, that will tell us if the ball is in play or not. Ball in play equals. Okay, and then when we reset our balls, we'll make sure that all of those are set to true, so that every ball is active again. So in our reset game, we do some stuff with our ball count here. So the first thing we could do is say ball in play sub I equals true. So now we know that we've reset this ball, it's in play, it's part of the game again. So now what we need to do, we need to flag that ball is out. We do that inside collisions right here. This is where we reset the game when the ball goes out of play. And these two sides, one is for the left, one is for the right. So instead of just flat out resetting the game, what we need to do is we need to set the flag that says that that ball is in play to false. So we can say ball in play sub I equals false. And then I'm just going to make an empty if statement here. I'm going to fill this in a second. We're going to have to write something that goes inside these parentheses here. We're going to have to write the condition. This is basically where we're going to check if all the balls have gone. Then we reset the game. And then we do the same over here. And that comment.
Oh, because you just did the left side, now you're doing the right side? Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, one for the left side, one for the right side. So that comment actually goes
Gotcha.
in game. And we need to do that same if here. So what we need to do is we need to figure out if all the balls are out of play here. So we'll actually write a function to determine that. I'll just stick it right here. So private bool. This function is going to return a bool, meaning that what we're going to want as the end result of this is a yes or no, basically, is to are all the balls out of play? Yes or no is what we want to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to need to give it a name. So all balls out of play. So we're just going to check every ball and see if it's out of play. And if one ball is in play, then we know that that we've got that we don't even need to check the rest because we've got at least one ball in play. hit something wrong there. So what?
it
Yeah.
happens.
Return. Oh, my fingers are very dyslexic today. So we're going to look through all the balls. If there's a ball in play, then no, not all the balls are out of play. Otherwise, if we've gone through them all, we're going to return true because we've looked at every ball and seen it's out of play. So all balls are out of play. So then what we can do is up here, we can just fill in all balls out of play. All balls out of play, then reset the game. And then the same up here on this side. So now, I changed the speed so that they're both moving the same speed again. Let me. Ball velocity sub 1.
There's actually a good question in chat from B Crumbs.
Yeah.
And he asks how often we're running the check for the ball count. Why not just add a counter when a ball goes out and do a single check if count is greater than or equal to total?
We certainly could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it started out I was going to work on 2 balls, and then I figured, oh, it would be just as easy to work on n balls, and yeah, we could add a counter to see how many were in play. We do need to keep track of which balls are in play and which balls are out of play anyway, because we need to know which ones to update. Because you can't see it right now, but the ball that's gone off the screen is still doing its thing. I guess that's really not that important though. But if we wanted to optimize it, we'd probably make sure that a ball that was off the screen didn't get updated. We'd save ourselves some time that way, because a ball that's off the screen, there's no way it could be colliding with the paddles, so we wouldn't have to change anything. So I'm actually going to let this guy. I've been playing too long with this ball. He needs to go out so that we get both of them back. But yeah, that's another way of doing it. I just wanted to know which balls were in play so that because that's actually something that I haven't done yet, is not do an update on a ball that is out of play. So we can put that check in there now. If a ball, the very first thing we do here, we could do if ball in play, so I equals false, then we're just gonna continue. We're not gonna update a ball once it goes off the screen. Not going to do any collision checks, because if we get a lot of balls on the screen, then that's going to slow us down. Cool. So what else to do? Oh, we wanted to do something with the way that balls were spawning, right? Did we want to do? Should we give each ball a random speed and random velocity, maybe?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to have to introduce a variable for doing random on here.
Chat is so funny. I'm sorry.
What do they do?
So they sometimes joke about how well the red side is doing in our Pong game.
Right.
And when Tyrion was all like, it's because he read the strategy guide. Red, because red is in the lead. Ha! I think he's been hanging out with my dad too much. Because my dad says puns all the time. all the time. Bcrumbs also asks, and it might be referencing something we just finished up, but could you use a 2D array or
Yeah.
linked list with multiple property boxes?
Yeah, a linked list is something we could do. Kind of didn't want to get into linked lists today because I suppose it's a bit more difficult of a concept than an array, and I guess we could have used a linked list. Yeah. An array worked just as well, though. I figured in this point, like we're not going to have 500. Well, I guess you guys could make 500 balls, but yeah, a linked list we could have used, but I just didn't want to go into what a linked list was today. We'll talk about that some more in another episode, I think, when we get a bit further into code. Um, uh, we wouldn't really use a 2D array. We've got a one-dimensional array. That's really all we need for our number of balls. We only need one dimension because it's just one number, basically, how many balls we have. But yeah, let me use this random this random variable to actually apply some randomness to our balls. We'll do it in the reset. So right after we normalize here, what I'll do is we'll probably make it, no, it'll be an int.
So every time the ball resets, it'll randomly choose
Yeah,
a different velocity. Is that what we're doing?
yep, it'll give it a different speed.
Oh, different. Okay.
Yeah. So random speed, we'll do random. Next. And we'll go between 1 and 10. And then right here where we actually apply the ball speed, we'll do times, actually we just divide it by random. Divided by random. No, that's not going to give us the same result. We'll times it by random speed over 10.
And what does that mean?
That's going to give us, so our ball speed was 400, or I think we changed it to 600, whatever our ball speed was. We're going to split that into tenths. So we've got 1/600th, 2/600th, so on. So basically there's going to be 10 increments of speed. So our slowest ball is going to be a tenth of the speed of our fastest ball, if that makes sense. And then there's going to be everything in between.
So it'll just randomly select one of those speeds. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now if I run it, we've got two balls going at a random speed. So they both happen to choose the same speed on that one.
Well, that one they chose the same speed too.
Yeah.
That is really slow.
Happen to choose a really, really slow speed, so that would be very long. But one way of making up for it, if we have more balls, then there's less chance of them choosing the same speed, but more chance that I'm going to lose all the fast ones. And yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. That looks awesome though.
So yeah.
So how many? Wait, how many did you have in there? That was 3.
That was 20 balls.
That was 20. Oh, I missed the beginning of that then. Holy smokes!
A lot of them would have drawn over the top of each other again. But if I let this go, you'll see it now when that ball goes out. Oh yeah, a lot of them drew over each other again. Yeah, because when you have balls going at the same speed in the same direction, they all look like one ball. Yeah, we're not going to win that ball.
That guy
So,
is so slow.
right. So yeah, that's how we throw random balls in there. Well, multiple balls in there.
That's really, really awesome. And that was one of the things that I was going to bring up too. Is after we had multiple balls, I was going to try and ask if we could make them do different speeds, but you've already shown us how to make them have different speeds. So that is awesome. Should we incorporate some of the artwork that we've gotten into the game?
Yes, definitely. Let's do that.
Sweet. Okay, I know we've gotten at least one different background PNG, and then we had a couple of different paddles and balls sent to us as well.
Okay, cool.
So I forwarded them all to you. They're in your email, but I can switch over to just us for a little while so you can check your email so nobody on the stream can see it.
Don't think See my email. You guys can't read my email right now, right?
They cannot. No, it's just you and me on the screen in our little AI Pong game,
All
which
right.
is going pretty well. I mean, Red is really killing it though.
Yeah. What's the score right now?
Score is oh, I say that, and Blue is up by 2 now. Well, at least gained 2 points. So Red is at 642 and Blue is at 603.
All right.
Yeah. So Red is a good 40 points up, but who knows? Maybe Blue can make a comeback. Who knows? B Crumbs asks a good question. So, will there be guest appearances from the community? And that's something that Carrie and I have thought about. Um, we would like to bring on people from the community to either explain the code that they've developed, especially in reference to the challenges that we issue at the end of our episodes to you guys based on our source code. We will challenge you guys to make something new with it. And if they want to come on and talk about it, I'm all up for that. Um, but or we might even think of having just intermediate, novice, advanced developers come on. I know in the future we would like to deviate a little bit from this particular um, show layout, I guess I would say, or show schedule, and invite developers from big companies on to uh, give us actual coding, I don't know, demos of how they code or how they use this engine or how they design a level, things like that. So some really advanced stuff, and just bring people on who are experts in their field and in particular what they do every day. So that's something else to look forward to. We're hopefully going to get that up and running as well. So every once in a while we'll bring something new to community game development.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely
Yeah.
is of some people that really like to bring onto the show. Yeah. But yeah, I've downloaded the first lot of images. There was a few. We'll go through a few different ones. But let me just pull these into the game real quick. So all I'm doing, if I
Oh, should I show your screen now?
um yeah, you can go ahead and show my screen. Let me
Okay.
open the container.
Actually, let me change it once more so we can read everything you do. Okay.
Okay, so just inside here, what I'll do inside where the source code is, I'm just gonna make a new directory. We'll call this community generated. And the first lot I got, I think that was from Bonnie, was the first images I saw in the email. So I'm just gonna copy them out of this folder that I've created there, and I'll take them into our solution here, into content. I'll just paste them over what we've got. Because it took me a long time to make those images, so yeah, it sucks that they're going to be wasted. Yeah, it took me a long time to make those two white rectangles and black rectangle, but they're gone. So yeah, so now when I run it, ooh, why didn't it come across? Let me just. I'm probably in the wrong solution, I bet. Um, did it not just copy them across?
I
Oh,
actually
I
have no idea. I wasn't looking.
don't think I copied them right.
I'll let
So,
you figure it out first, and I'm gonna go back to just
yeah,
showing us on the screen.
no, it's cool.
No? Okay.
Show anything wrong. All right, so there we go. So now, yeah, for some reason it didn't copy them across. Right? Oh, because I said don't copy. Duh.
Oh, Carrie, you're making mistakes that I would make. Things that I do all the time.
Now we have a Pokemon themed Pong game. We have to fix some speeds on these balls. But yeah,
Oh my goodness, I'm sending you another one that C5 just knows how to make me smile. He makes so many freaking cool things. But we've seen some other really awesome things. I believe I don't want to mispronounce it, but that gamer Rax, I think that person sent us something, and then I know Games Bonnie sent us some really awesome stuff. Actually, that's her stuff right there.